Why is light important? Today I wanted to talk about light and how the brain regulates it and why it's so important. So this is a little bit of a play off of yesterday with some visual processing dysfunction. But today I wanted to talk about light. So think about this. Before we lived in houses with electricity, we spent a lot of time outside as humans. And as a result of that, for a lot of humans, they would get up with the sun as the sun would come up, and they would go to sleep with the sun going down or shortly thereafter. As a result of them being outside for most of the day, their eyes would be able to take in all of the different light and color variations that come with the sun going up and the sun coming down. The light that our body takes in through our eyes is directly correlated with the chemicals that our brain produces. So, if you think about just kind of in a little bit of a practical way, what kind of chemicals is your body designed to make at the start of your day? Maybe some happy chemicals, maybe some energizing chemicals, and then the opposite for when you go to sleep, or not opposite, but just different. When you go to sleep, the chemicals that start to make you sleepy, start your sleep cycle, chemicals that rejuvenate your body and promote health and healing while you're sleeping. So I see a problem a lot of the time. Is a couple things. The first problem is that I see a lot of clients who have a light sensitivity. And I don't always know why that starts, but it can be a problem, especially for kids who are learning how to read, because it affects the way that they perceive, especially what they're reading. Okay, it can be one of the dysfunctions of dyslexia, and it's one that I have never really heard talked about, but I've seen it a lot with dyslexics, is their brain does not process and regulate light properly to allow them to see images clearly. So that's one. The second is, in our day and age, we spend so much time on devices and with our face against a screen that we're getting a lot of artificial light. So if natural light gives our bodies, or triggers within our bodies, the release of certain chemicals to do certain things, what is all this artificial light doing? This blue light and stuff. Well, to sum it up, it's inhibiting all of those natural responses. So you're missing out on getting some of your healthy chemicals. Okay? Your healthy neurotransmitters in your brain. And at the same time, I think some of those lights, some of those artificial lights, become associated in our brain with chemicals that we don't need a lot of, like dopamine. We just need a little bit. So for our unfortunate kids who spend so much time on a screen or watching TV or playing video games, whatever it is, first of all, they're not getting the chemicals they're supposed to be getting. And second of all, they're getting chemicals and things that are not helpful. But they might make that child or person feel good temporarily, and they like it, so they do it more, and so they start to do those things more on the screens and the devices, because it gives them those chemicals, right? Some of you might think this is kind of far out there, but think about it. If you take a kid who spends even a few hours a day with a TV or a device or video games, you take that away from them and watch what happens. Okay? They're gonna act like you were depriving them of food and water. Actually, probably worse. They probably wouldn't care if you deprived them of food and water for a little bit. But I know you guys have seen this with your kids, and even some of you with your spouses or other family members. When they don't have their device, they start to go nuts. Well, just part of the issue, not the whole issue, but part of the issue is this issue of light, and how we're not getting enough natural light, and we're getting too much artificial light. And I think that contributes to your numbers of rising ADHD, rising anxiety, rising depression. All of this rise of mental disorder and dysfunction and emotional instability. I think it's part of it. We need our sun and our moon for their light. If you guys have questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. If you guys want me to make a video on a specific topic or function, or if you guys have a question, post it in the comments below. And hopefully you guys keep enjoying this channel. See ya.